In this video, we'll show you how to use interaction analytics to quickly and easily discover valuable business insights from your customer calls. For this demo, I'm a supervisor for a home repair service company, and I want to know how my team's customer interactions are going. Instead of randomly spot checking call recordings, I want to use interaction analytics to help me focus on the calls that will impact my business. To do that, I'll need to choose a voice queue, have calls from that queue transcribed, and activate interaction analytics for that queue. After I log in to the Contact Center admin portal, I navigate to the Queues tab, which can be found within my Configure menu. From here, I can see all the queues that I can enable with interaction analytics. I've set up a queue to handle summer maintenance appointments. I'll go to that queue, scroll to the bottom of the screen, and enable call recording transcriptions. I can also enable voicemail transcriptions if I want my messages in my voicemail analyzed, and then most importantly, enable transcription analysis. And that's it! All inbound calls will now be transcribed and analyzed using our artificial intelligence engine. That AI engine comes ready to go right out of the box, which means you get valuable insights today, not 6 months from now. In addition to inbound call queues, you can also enable interaction analytics to outbound calls. With interaction analytics enabled, I now have more ways to search voice recordings in order to identify those conversations that matter to me and my business, rather than randomly spot checking conversations and hoping I find something. In addition to all the other ways I've been able to search my conversations, I now can search based on whether they have transcriptions, by sentiment such as positive, negative, neutral, or mixed, as well as by specific keywords. In this scenario, I'll search for any conversation with the keyword broken mentioned. I can see there's a few conversations where broken was mentioned, and one of them looks like a negative interaction. I can trust it's a negative conversation because interaction analytics evaluates every word within the context of the conversation and determines the ratio of positive, negative, and neutral words. Based on that ratio, interaction analytics tags the conversation as positive, negative, neutral, or mixed. I can also see other information about this interaction, such as call date and time, duration of the call, caller ID, which queue it came from, which agent handled the call, phone extension, and more. I also have the option of either reading the conversation or listening to the full audio recording. While the search tool is a great option to uncover insights, I can also use interaction analytics to help me provide feedback to my frontline users on topics that are important to the company. To do this, I can have interaction analytics automatically identify and flag conversations where a word like broken is mentioned. I can then evaluate the frontline user on how they handled the conversation and provide feedback. I set all this up by going to the evaluator page and selecting the scheduler tab. To set up an automation rule, you can either create a new rule or edit an existing one. Under the Selection Criteria tab, you can choose conversations to evaluate based on teams or agents, queues, types of calls, call length, classification fields, and now, key phrases. In this example, I've already entered the type of phrases that should flag a conversation to be evaluated. I need to be sure to choose people I think should be assigned to evaluate the conversation. I also need to select how many of these conversations each of these individuals gets to evaluate. In this scenario, I've entered 2, which means if there are 25 interactions that match the criteria, it will pick 2 evaluations and assign them to Gordon and James. I can go to the Frequency tab and can choose how often I'd like to have it flag conversations. Here you can see that we are running it every day at a specific time and the date we want to start monitoring conversations. Evaluators can now go to the Evaluator tool and view all the conversations they need to review, including ones where my designated key phrase is mentioned. From there, they can view or continue an agent evaluation. Interaction analytics is a powerful resource for supervisors to work smarter and more efficiently, using artificial intelligence to quickly identify customer conversations that have the biggest business impact. Thanks for watching.